What if I told you there is a protein bar with 28 grams of protein, only 150 calories, and 0 grams of sugar? Sounds impossible, right? That's because for years it actually was, until one guy made it possible with a science that didn't even exist before. This is the story of David Protein, and today we're breaking down everything. How they went from 0 to $100 million in their first year, why their product is so different from the competition, the genius pre-launch strategy, the phenomenal TikTok shop story, and the massive lawsuits that almost threatened to destroy it all. Hi, I'm Azra from ZipChat, the AI agent for e-commerce that turns browsers into buyers. And every week on this channel, we break down one successful DTC brand and show you their exact strategies so you can steal it and apply it to your own Shopify store. Before we jump into David's exact DTC playbook, please take a moment to subscribe to our YouTube channel if you already haven't to support us and to not miss weekly brand breakdowns like this one. It really helps us more than you think. Okay, now that's out of the way, let's jump into the video. To fully understand David, you first need to understand the men behind it. Peter Rahal. Back in 2013, Peter and his college friend Jared Smith each put in $5,000 and started making protein bars in Peter's mom's basement. Though that brand was not David, it was RxBar. At that time, Peter's biggest move was to take the RxBars into CrossFit gyms. CrossFit people in general are obsessed with what they eat. And when they actually liked the RxBars, the word spread super fast. RxBar went from 2 million to 160 million in revenue. And in 2017, Kellogg's acquired RxBar for $600 million. And when you sell a company like that, you sign a non-compete. Peter's expired in 2022, and he knew exactly what he wanted to do: come back and build something even better. He connected with Zach Rennan, who had built a low-carb bakery brand called Race. And the two started David in September of 2023. The name actually comes from Michelangelo's sculpture of David, basically capturing the literal idea of the perfect form. So what actually makes David different? One ingredient called EPG. EPG is a modified plant-based fat. A normal gram of fat has 9 calories, but EPG, your body can only digest about 0.9 calories per gram. It goes through your system, it gives the bar that smooth, creamy mouthfeel, but your body basically doesn't absorb it. So David uses EPG to replace traditional fats, which is also how they hit those numbers that almost sound too good to be true. 28 grams of protein, 150 calories, 0 grams of sugar, 2 grams of fat, and only 1 to 2 grams of net carbs. So 75% of David's calories actually come from protein. The industry standard is around like 40 to 45%. So that number alone became their entire marketing engine, but we'll get to that. What's super interesting is Peter's first brand, RxBar, was all about simplicity and real food. David is the exact opposite of that. Even the ingredient list of David reads like a chemistry experiment. So it really positions itself as a tool to increase muscle and decrease fat. And in 2025, David acquires Epigee, which is a brand that manufactures EPG. So they now officially own the supply chain and the patents. If any other brand wants to use EPG, they first have to go through David. So if you're a store owner, what can you steal from this? David reduced their entire value proposition into one single comparable number: 75% calories from protein. They gave people a metric that they can screenshot and share. So if you can turn your product's advantage into one clear number that beats the competition, your customers will do the marketing for you. Now, let's talk about the launch. Step 1, the waitlist. Before selling a single bar, they gave the first 5,000 people on their waitlist free sample packs, not discount codes, actual free products. And what happens when 5,000 people receive a product that seems too good to be true? They post about it, unboxings, taste tests, ingredient breakdowns, all organic. And that crazy flood of organic content created FOMO for everyone that didn't get a free sample. Step 2. Micro-influencer seeding. Instead of paying for big endorsements, David sent products to hundreds of micro-influencers across fitness, nutrition, and this part is key, women's health and beauty. Women tend to be more calorie conscious and less likely to eat protein bars regularly. By targeting that audience, David wasn't just stealing market share, but they were expanding the category. Fun fact, over 25% of David's customers weren't even protein bar consumers before. Step 3. launch day. September 2024, BTC only. Peter live streamed for over 10 hours straight. The co-founders and the chief scientists were all active, replying to every video about the product. There were even accounts with 0 followers, 0 videos, commenting on every single David-related post before launch. Real superfans or fake accounts? I'll let you decide that one. Anyways, the numbers: $10 million in the first 3 weeks, $100 million in year 1. So here's what you can take away from this. Your launch isn't the day that your product actually goes live. It's the weeks before. Build a waitlist. Send free products to 50 to 100 micro-influencers in your niche. Create that FOMO before you even open your checkout. You'll see the organic UGC created over that period of time will worth more than any paid ad you'll ever run. Now, let's take a look at what actually happens when you visit our website to buy their bars, because their website is designed to maximize what you'll spend. A carton is 12 bars for $39. And right away, there is a subscribe and save offering 10% of recurring orders. But the real genius here is their gamified checkout. When you add a carton to your cart, a progress bar appears with 4 tiers. 1 carton, buddies deserve David. 2 cartons, free shipping. 3 cartons, a free gift. And 4 cartons, an entire free carton. So every tier unlocks more value, really pushing you to keep on adding. Once you hit 2 cartons, a mystery 4-pack gets added automatically for free. So that's originally $15, now for $0. Someone with 2 cartons plus the free mystery pack is at $156, down from $210. That's massive perceived value and higher AOV. This is why they're super profitable from the very first order. And they call this pricing model pricing slots. Margins hold whether you buy DTC or at Walmart. Their current split is 80% DTC and 20% retail. They actually got pulled into retail within their first 3 months because the demand was just too high. A gamified checkout is one of the easiest ways that you can increase your AOV. Just like David does, you can add a super simple progress bar with tiered rewards. It doesn't really have to be a huge thing, something like free shipping, a free sample, or something like a mystery gift at higher thresholds. When customers feel like they're unlocking something, they tend to spend more. And I promise it's super easy. There are even Shopify tools that you can check out. They literally let you set this up in like minutes. David's marketing revolves around this one key metric: protein per calorie. It's not really like a motto or like a slogan, but it's a number people can immediately compare. On their website, they put themselves against competitors directly. David at 75% versus Build at 52%. Some of their meta ads, for example, are postage style aesthetics with like TikTok style super simple text overlays. 28 grams of protein, 150 calories, 0 sugar. Handwritten on a sticky note next to the bars. So it's lo-fi design against their premium aesthetic. And that contrast is exactly what stops the scroll. They also run lifestyle CGC videos where creators walk through different use cases while casually reinforcing the macro stats. One of the wildest campaigns they ran was the cod campaign. They would launch wild cod Pacific cod at $55. Codfish has even better protein to calorie ratio than the bars itself. So this campaign really reinforced their obsession with macros. They put up a billboard that just said boiled cod. It baited the internet to talk about David and kind of expanded their identity from like a bar company to a high protein platform. What David did on TikTok Shop is one of the best examples out there of a DTC brand using the platform in the correct way. TikTok Shop would be an awareness channel first, sales second. A protein bar with impossible macros is exactly the type of product that would make you stop scrolling. So David leaned in, listed products, posted consistently, seeded to affiliates, and opted to TikTok Shop campaigns. The numbers: over 50,000 products sold, 60 million impressions, and a meaningful portion of their website visitors now cite TikTok as how they discovered the brand. But David never treats TikTok Shop as a replacement to DTC. They see it as a top of the funnel. Someone discovers David through a TikTok affiliate video, buys a variety pack, and the next purchase is on their actual website with subscribe and save. The awareness converts to retail too. Store owners started putting up as seen on TikTok signs next to David bars. David still goes live on TikTok at least twice a week. And they even built TikTok Shop into their new employee onboarding. Every new hire goes live in their first week. Most hosts on those lives are actually employees who build the product. That's what makes it feel so real. With a very strong product market feel, they created this flywheel. Initial creators gain traction by posting David content, which leads to more creators wanting in, which drives even more visibility. So today, TikTok Shop isn't just a sales channel. It's literally a discovery engine. If your product has a strong visual hook or like a too good to be true angle, TikTok Shop could literally be your cheapest customer acquisition channel. And you don't even need a dedicated team for this. David just started with one person. Now, here's where things get a little bit messy. At the beginning of this year, so in January 2026, a Legend independent lab test showed David bars had 400% more fat and 80% more calories than advertised. The internet immediately compared this to the Mean Girl scene with Regina George. It basically became a meme overnight. The core issue is because your body doesn't really fully absorb the EPG, David counts calories based on what you actually digest, not the total caloric content of the raw ingredients. And many critics said that that was misleading. In April 2026, so literally a couple of weeks ago, the lawsuit was dropped. The controversy actually ended up putting David across millions of new people thanks to this huge media coverage. But I'm curious what you guys actually think about this. Do you think it's fair counting calories based on what your body absorbs? I personally think it's a total scam, it's cheating, it should be the total, period. But let me know what you guys think. David Protein went from a September 2024 launch to a $100 million in year one. They took a science ingredient that nobody else was using, built a competitive moat around it, engineered one of the smartest DTC launches we've ever seen, and survived a pretty brutal lawsuit that could have killed a weaker brand. The metric-driven marketing, the gamified checkout, the TikTok Shop flywheel, the ingredient acquisition. Every single piece feeds the next. Now, if you got some value out of this video, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to our YouTube channel if you already haven't to support us and to not miss weekly brand breakdowns like this one. Now, thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you guys with a brand new brand breakdown next week. Bye.